All right, hello there, people of the internet. My name is Udwood Jagero, and this is Political Headache. Today, we are talking about something very interesting. Today, we are talking about what I call the Siaya counties of opera. And folks, this one has everything. Missing governors, poisoning rumors, fake resignation letters, and enough of political drama to make. Now, let's start with our main character, Governor James Orengo. Now, for those who don't know Governor James Orengo, this is no small-time politician we are talking about. And he's a guy that I've known for such a long time. This man who became an MP at 29, fought for multi-party democracy when it wasn't even fashionable, got detained and exiled. He was exiled for a very long time. And he has been the main player in the Kenyan politics for over 4 decades. The man is literally a walking piece of Kenya's political history. This is the man that said that my people, politics, it's its own people. Or rather, the government, it's its own people. But here is where it gets really interesting. Since late June, Governor Orengo has essentially pulled a Houdini. I don't know whether you guys know what a Houdini is. His last confirmed public appearance was on June 23rd before the Senator's Public Accounts Committee, and I hope you remember that. Before that, he was at State House on June the 5th. And then, poof, radio silence. We could not locate where Orengo is. The deputy governor, Mr. Oduol, could not locate him. And even the guy that is the Speaker of Parliament could not locate him.
But because of the urgency of the matter, particularly the absence of the governor and his deputy, we have requested that if that process can be reduced to a very minimum, so that there's a statement that comes out from this assembly, so that the gossip that is going around in the whole county is reduced, and the clerk has promised that he will present our petition, and we wait for the response from them. And we are happy. On behalf of the Siaya citizens, we want to tell you that we hope that your assembly is going to address the issues that you have raised to us.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Politicians disappear all the time, but we are talking about over a month here, people. The man social media has been posting county updates like some kind of automated bot. I don't know who is posting for him, but his last personal post was a photo with his wife on July 25th. Even his Instagram stories are more active than this guy. And of course, nature of abhors vacuum, especially a political vacuum. So what happens when you have a missing governor? Well, you get wild conspiracy theories faster than you can say fake news. This is where our soap opera really kicks into high gear. Social media being the reliable source of information that, sometimes even very sarcastic, started buzzing with the claims that Governor Orengo has been poisoned and was in critical condition somewhere.
The citizens of Siaya are concerned that for the last 1.5 months, both the governor and his deputy have not been seen in public performing their duties as envisaged under Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Kenya and the County Government Act. They have not been seen in public, and the citizens are gossiping because there's no information coming from either the executive or the county government as to where these two holders of very important office of the governor of county government of Siaya are. Speculations are ripe, and we have come to petition this assembly to ensure that this speculation from the citizens of Siaya comes to an end by somebody coming to address the same. Where is the governor? Where is the deputy governor? The second item on petition is that in the course of the absence of these two holders of the office of the governor, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Siaya has been seen to be attending functions in the county, which is okay, but he has proceeded also to execute functions that are meant for the executive. And the third thing is the citizens are concerned because by the Speaker performing duties that are meant for the executive, there is an obvious conflict of interest because he can't pass the budget, he can't execute functions of the executive. And the fourth thing that the citizens have sent us is to ask for the entire hazard process when, if at all, the budget for 2025 and 2026 for Siaya County government has been passed. The citizens would want such details of the budget to be made public. So those are the five, but the most important thing is that the citizens are requesting the county speaker to refrain from purporting to execute functions of the executive.
Now, I don't know about this as Odur Jegero, and at Political Headache, we don't know what is really happening. Now, I've covered enough political stories to know that when somebody starts talking about poisoning in Kenyan politics, you better have your fact-checking hat on very tight. And sure enough, both Deputy Governor William Udul and County Assembly Speaker George Okode came out swinging, of course, calling these rumors mean and malicious and falsehood from busybodies. Now, I am not a busybody, I'm not saying that.
There are rumors going around to the effect that the governor of Siaya, Governor James Orengo, has resigned from office. The purpose of this meeting is to clarify that one, as the addressee, the person to whom the alleged letter was addressed, I wish to clarify first and foremost that I have not received that alleged letter, and therefore it does not exist on record. And in fact, and in law, it does not exist. Allow me to clarify that the information I have, reliable indeed, is that Governor Orengo is still the substantive governor of Siaya County and is performing his duties as prescribed in law. The governor is functioning and addressing, directing his cabinet and his administration as per the mandate he got from the people, statutes, and the Constitution of Kenya. And I therefore want to take this opportunity to condemn in the strongest terms possible such allegations because they are nothing but fake. That is fake news, and obviously, if you look at the trends, what has been going on in the recent past, it means that some people, busybodies, are out to discredit the government of James Aggrey Orengo. You remember they started by saying the governor has been poisoned. When that didn't realize any fruits, then they started writing some petitions which are not based on any law. There is no law that indicates that when a governor is not physically in office, that he has contravened any provisions of the law. That is misplaced.
But wait, there's more. As if poisoning rumors weren't dramatic enough, someone decided to up the ante with a fake resignation letter. I don't know whether the letter is fake. And I mean fake in capital letters, folks. This letter, supposedly from Governor Orengo, and dated August, claimed that he was resigning due to health challenges.
Now they are saying that the governor has resigned. And as a matter of fact, he has not resigned. I want to urge the public to ignore such falsehood and wait for the governor who should be reporting to office in due course and to continue with performing his duties, the mandate that he got from the people of Siaya. And I also want to urge our people to be calm. These are busybodies, they are doing their thing, and no attention should be given to them. Because as I told you, they are trying to discredit a working government. And the people of Siaya are urged to stay calm and wait for the governor to resume, and in the meantime enjoy the services that the government of Orengo are
The ODM party took one look at this document and basically said, nice try, but no. They called it fabricated, faster than you could say Photoshop, even Africa Check. Those wonderful fact checkers pointed out that no county governor has voluntarily resigned since our current constitution came into effect in 2010. As a matter of fact, they have been trooping at the Senate with big envelopes and big briefcases saying that they are not guilty of whatever they are being accused of. So, if governor has actually resigned, it would have been front page news everywhere. Not some sketchy document, right? Circulating on WhatsApp groups. Now, let's talk about William Oduol. Our deputy governor, and perhaps the most interesting character in this whole drama. This man survived an impeachment attempt in 2023. The Senate literally voted to keep him in office. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? Wrong. According to Oduol, Governor Orengo has essentially turned his office into a political ghost town. He claims his staff have been told not to talk to him. He's excluded from business meetings, his allowances have been cut, and he's even paying for his own fuel. Please, Mr. Oduol.
My allegiance to His Excellency is resolute and unwavering. I stand ready, as always, to receive and faithfully execute his instructions. And instructions per the law and in the best interest of the people of Siaya. I do so not in isolation, but in full recognition that my mandate is complementary, not parallel to that of the governor. Our partnership is founded on the shared goal of delivering transformative, accountable, and people-centered governance. A sincere call for reconciliation and unity in leadership as a subheading. Differences have indeed emerged between me and His Excellency the Governor. While these disagreements are regrettable, they do not diminish my deep respect for his office, nor do they detract from our collective commitment to serving. In the spirit of Chapter 6 of our Constitution, which enshrines leadership and integrity, I extend a hand of reconciliation to His Excellency. I remain open to dialogue, driven by mutual respect and guided by the institutions we both serve. Leadership is not about personal ambition or rivalry. It is and must always be about selfless service.
The man says he's running the deputy governor's office out of his own pocket. And this is something that a lot of deputy governors has said since, time immemorial. Every governor is always having a problem with his deputy or her deputy. And I don't understand why this is always happening like this. And I think the Constitution of Kenya of 2010 had a problem with this thing. And it actually mirrors that one of the national government. The deputies are always in problems. You remember Uhuru Ruto government? Everything was cozy the first year, the first term, then the second term, poof, they were not understanding each other. Uhuru Gachagua starts in 2022, poof, after 2 or 3 years, they are no more. But here's what I find fascinating about Oduol, despite all this drama. He's out here pledging unwavering loyalty to the governor and calling for reconciliation. It is like watching someone extend an olive branch while the other person is busy chopping down the olive tree. That is very interesting to me. Oduol also positioned himself as a whistleblower, claiming that there have been suspicious and huge withdrawals from county coffers. I believe Oduol. He's basically saying, I tried to be the good guy watching the money, and they tried to impeach me for it. Whether you believe him or not, you have to admit it makes for a compelling political theater.
At this critical juncture, we must be guided by the national values and principles of governance outlined in Article 10 of the Constitution. Those national values revolve around transparency, accountability, democracy, and public participation. Let me remind all county officials and stakeholders that any attempt to assume authority or exercise power outside the framework of the Constitution is unlawful. As stated in, and this is stated in Article 3, sub-Article 2 of the Kenyan Constitution. We all have a solemn duty to uphold and defend the Constitution, not just in word, but in action.
Enter Jojo Okode. Jojo Okode, the county assembly speaker and our third main character. This guy has been speaker for 3 consecutive terms since 2013. 2013, and he's actually served as acting governor for 3 months back in 2013 when another governor's election got nullified. So he's not exactly new in this rodeo. A very interesting man. With the governor missing and the deputy governor allegedly sidelined, Okode has stepped into what he calls a representative role. Whatever that means, people of the internet, I don't know. By the way, people are saying that I should not call them people of the internet. The reason why I'm calling you guys people of the internet is a very nice term. I'm not like condescending or saying that you're not, but everybody now understands that when they hear people of the internet, that is Utwur Jagero. I do it at DWJ, and I'm now doing it at Political Headache. So please, I come in peace. Anyway, let's go to Mr. Okode. He has been hosting principal secretaries, commissioning projects, and basically doing what looks suspiciously like gubernatorial duties.
The County Assembly, led by the Honorable Speaker, is a distinct and independent arm of government, as outlined in Article 185 of the Kenyan Constitution. Its role is legislative. It enacts laws, it approves budgets, and it provides oversight. It is not an extension, this is very important, it is not an extension of the executive, nor is it mandated to perform administrative functions, such as representing a governor in functions or in events. Equally, the executive, under the leadership of the governor, remains responsible for implementing laws and managing day-to-day county operations. I call upon all leaders and institutions, specifically the Speaker of County of Siaya, Honorable Jojo Okode, to respect this separation of powers and to safeguard the institutional boundaries that ensure good governance and constitutional order.
Now, Okode insists he's just representing the governor, not acting governor. And this is the thing. He's got this whole legal theory about how governor can delegate duties to even his messenger. His words, not mine. But here is the thing. When the deputy governor is right there, even if allegedly ignored, having the speaker take over executive functions raises some serious constitutional eyebrows, I think. Deputy Governor Oduol has called his meddling in executive duties, and honestly, he has got a point. Leave your comment, and I want to listen to what you're saying about the fight between Okode and the fight between Mr. Oduol. It's like having the Speaker of Parliament step in to do the president's job while the deputy president sits in the corner. How does that work? The separation of powers isn't just a fancy constitutional concept. It actually matters, Mr. Okode. You are the speaker. You cannot take over the leadership of the county when the deputy governor is there. Behind all this political drama, there are real consequences for real people. Siaya County's budget for 2025-2026 is stalled. The county hasn't had a substantive financial executive for 9 months and no chief officer for finance for nearly 3 years. That is egregious. I mean, I do not understand. Think about that. Just think about that. The people responsible for managing county finances have been missing in action longer than some Netflix series ran for. Hello? County is essentially running on autopilot, which would be fine if we were talking about a space mission, but not so great when you are talking about healthcare, roads, water, and all the other services that devolved government is supposed to do. And here is the kicker. This isn't happening in a vacuum. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has been investigating about 400 million corruption scandal in Siaya County. Governor Orengo himself acknowledged that the treasury in Siaya is rotten when he took office. Now, what is going on with him? Is he also rotten? So we are not just talking about political squabble here. We are talking about potential corruption, missing money, and governance system under serious strain. What makes this story even more interesting is the broader political context. Governor Orengo has been openly critical of Raila Odinga's cooperation with President Ruto's government. He's called it potentially harmful to ODM's image and accused some party officials of sycophancy towards Ruto. Now, criticizing the party's leader strategy is never a career-enhancing move in Kenyan politics, and some people within ODM have not been happy about this. There have even been threats of impeachment motions against Orengo from his own party. Imagine getting more heat from your own team than from the opposition. This is the most interesting thing. And this is all about ODM. This internal ODM drama adds another layer to our soap opera. Are the poisoning rumors and fake resignation letters part of a broader effort to destabilize Orengo because of his criticism of Raila's political strategy? It's certainly possible. And it would be the first time political differences lead to creative approaches to removing inconvenient leaders, I think. So where does this leave us? We'll have several possible scenarios. Scenario 1, Governor Orengo returns, makes a public statement about his health and whereabouts and tries to rebuild his relationship with his deputy governor. This would be the cleanest resolution. But given the depth of those conflicts, it might not be the most likely. Let's go to scenario 2. ODM party leadership steps in, as Raila has always stepped in, to mediate between Orengo and Oduol. Deputy Governor Oduol has already publicly proposed a truce, so there is an opening there. But mediation only works if both sides want to be mediated.
I am proposing a consultative engagement. Upon the governor's return, because governor is away, I will initiate personally a consultative meeting to address our differences and recommit to our shared responsibilities. Secondly, the next one is on operational alignment. I shall continue to discharge my duties faithfully and in full alignment with the lawful instructions of His Excellency in service of our people. Lawful instructions of His Excellency. The third one is institutional dialogue. I will seek structured engagement with the County Assembly through formal channels to reaffirm the constitutional roles of our respective offices. And lastly, continued public service. Above all, I remain steadfast in my dedication to serving the people of Siaya County with diligence, humility, and fidelity to the law. And as I conclude, I'm concluding with a call to shared purpose and unity of direction. Let us rise above division, suspicion, and institutional tension. Let us instead recommit ourselves to the promise of devolution, a system built on good governance, accountability, inclusivity, and service to the people through public participation. I call upon all leaders, public servants, and citizens to walk this journey with me, a journey of reconciliation, a journey of constitutional order, and unwavering service to the great people of Siaya County. God bless Siaya County. God bless the people of Kenya. Signed this Tuesday, 5th day, July 2025, by myself, William Oduol, Deputy Governor, Siaya County.
And this is the last scenario. Scenario 3. National institutions like the Senate, EACC, and IEBC step in with some direct oversight. A concerned Siaya resident has already petitioned those bodies, so the wheels might already be in motion. Scenario 4. This becomes bigger political realignment within ODM, especially in 2027 elections approaching. Internal party conflicts have a way of reshaping political landscape and sometimes in unexpected ways. So, people of the internet, thank you very much for listening to this. I want you to give your opinions and tell me what you think about the Siaya saga. And I would ask you that this is Political Headache. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Hit on that notification bell so that when there is a video like this coming out, we can talk about it. This is 2027 coming, and I want you to remember that politics is about people. It's called business of people. In Luanyanza, we say this is Ohandrano. Thank you very much. Until another episode, bye for now.